Here comes Boyd, runs into Dam, now moves the puck in. Sean O'Connell, up off the boards, kept in at the line by Corriveau. Just ringing that puck around the boards. Dam takes a look around. Corriveau to Dam. Pass across, rolling and bouncing just over the stick and out of the range of Todd Hlushko. Taylor in back of the goal. He's got Hlushko in front. Back to the line for Boyd. Back to Taylor, to Boyd. Shoots. Rebound kicked aside smartly by Gaverty. Knights just controlling that puck oh so well. Boyd with a shot. Weak and wide, and Gaverty seizes the opportunity and seizes the puck.
Some good puck movement by the London Knights. Unable to get in for a real good opportunity, but the guy they want to get it to is number 5, Rick Corriveau. He's a trigger man on the point. He's got an outstanding shot, sees the ice very well. And last year, he was drafted in the 2nd round by the St. Louis Blues. He most certainly would have been a first-round pick in the NHL draft, except 12 or 13 games into the season, he tore up his knee very badly, was out for the rest of the season, and he still hasn't fully recovered from that. He's still not skating at full speed. Wayne Maxner believes it'll be until next fall before Rick Corriveau is 100%.
He scored a big league goal against the Sudbury Wolves a few weeks ago. He got the puck back at the blue line, walked in around 2 or 3 players and buried it. That's the kind of play that has the scouts drooling. Corriveau smokes one and clears about 5 rows up in behind the Sudbury net. If he was aiming for the mascot, his aim was a little off.
There he is, the Wolf, as opposed to the Wolves. Howler.
Looks kind of like you last New Year's Eve, as I recall.
I have been known to howl at times. Of course, that's not the most famous Wolf in the building. We'll get to that one a little bit later.
1 minute to go on the power play. Taylor in heavy traffic. Less than a minute to go on the power play. Here's Corriveau, can't shoot it. Back to Taylor, back to Corriveau, shoots. Big stop, rebound, another big stop. Tanner with back-to-back stops. Taylor in back of the goal, and the net comes off the pegs. There is why David Gaverty is rated so highly.
And he's had a lot more than hockey on his mind lately. His father, Bill, is in a Toronto hospital, and we'll get to that in a second, but just 2 great saves. First, he takes Corriveau's shot off the pads. A great backhand opportunity stretches out. And a 3rd opportunity is thwarted by Adam Bennett, knocking it off the skate. David Gaverty's father underwent triple bypass surgery in St. Michael's Hospital in Toronto. I know I was talking to David before the game. He wanted to say hello to his dad, wish him the best. All the Sudbury Wolves do, and that there's no question this young man's got his mind on the game tonight. Fully focused, fully concentrating. 2 good opportunities for the London Knights.
Mr. Gaverty, we wish you all the best. Hope you were well and able to make the trip to watch your son play in a very short time. Get well. 37 seconds left in the power play for the London Knights. 13:48 to go in the first period. 0-0. I'm Paul Romanek with Bob McKenzie. CHL Sunday night here on TSN. Batiste keeps it in, moves it around the boards. DeBrusque back to the line. Wolves in the box, and they defend well. Here's a lead pass. Jason Young can't get the shot away. Following up is Chitteroni along the boards, number 15. Young right back into the play, moves it all the way out to center. 10 seconds left in the London power play, and the Wolves will eat that up. Chitteroni bouncing in over the blue line with the puck. McKay back to scoop it up. To DeBrusque. Lead pass at center. McKay couldn't hook up with it. Chitteroni. Been a long shift for him. He didn't have much left. The legs were rubbery, and he couldn't get to that puck. Penalized player is back on. Teams at even strength. Jason Young moving it around in his own end to Sean O'Connell. Up to Darcy Cahill. Hits the line. Cahill knocks it in back of the goal. Jason Young takes a hit. He is crunched by Carl Taylor. Fans hollering for a penalty, and Carl Taylor having words with Jason Young in back of the net, and everybody comes in to have a word or two maybe. 12:39 to go in the first period. Things are just heating up. We have penalties here and an extra 2 minutes going to the London Knights. Jason Young of the Sudbury Wolves heading off, and Carl Taylor of London heading off. Carl Taylor gets 2 and 2. Young just gets 2, so a power play will be the bottom line of that for the Sudbury Wolves.
Carl Taylor ran Jason Young. Jason Young ended up giving him a bit of a face massage. Carl Taylor took exception to it and got the extra 2 minutes for roughing.
Yeah, the old face massage. From Mackenzie's book of terminology. Teams at even strength. Martell hits the line for London. Tries to go around O'Donnell. Nothing doing there.
London, 31, Carl Taylor.
Glenn Murray gets it out in center to O'Donnell. Hits the line. Flipping the pass through. It's knocked down. Guy has trouble. Loose in front. Good chance for Glenn Murray. And the Knights hold the fort.
2 minutes for roughing.
Sinishin clears it back in. Martell up to forecheck. Crunched along the boards. And the Wolves will come back. Murray, lead pass out at center. Matthews comes in, drops it up. Murray with a shot. And back come the Knights. They go back and forth. Martell hits the line, cuts in, shoots. Blocked at the defense. Fallacy, lead pass at center to O'Donnell, stopped at the blue line. They're going back and forth. Here's Chris Taylor now, flipping it in. Polishko up after it, cuts back, tried to spot Taylor in front, but he is wrapped up and bumped by Sean O'Connell. Chitteroni cutting for the net, knocked off his stick. Taylor, back for London. Lead pass for Halushko, cuts to the slot, shoots! Gavardi got a piece of it. Back out to Batiste, pinching in from the line. Does well just to keep it in. He had Chitteroni on it. Barry Young in back of his net. Bartley moves it up on the boards. Here's Chitteroni with a burst of speed. Trying to get outside him, Batiste. Kept in. Etches with a shot. Bartley shoots. Great stop. Tanner fired that left leg out. Bennett at the line. Shooting. That's knocked wide. Wolves go on the power play now. Adam Bennett to Bartley. Fakes his shot. Works it right in front. Tanner with another save. Along the boards, Bennett keeps it in. Shooting. That stop. Cleared back out. And the Knights take a huge sigh of relief. Adam Bennett hits the line. Driving along the board. Steve Boyd's all over him. Back of the net now. Puck bouncing crazily. Finally, it's cleared off the boards and out by Martell. David Gavardi passing it up. 1:20 to go in the power play for Sudbury.
Great action, great goaltending by John Tanner in the London net, and outstanding puck handling ability by the Sudbury Wolves.
Bartley knocks it in. Ricochets off the skate of Jason Young, and Tanner, who's done everything now, including clearing the puck out of his own end. 1 minute to go in the power play for Sudbury. 0-0 between the London Knights and the Sudbury Wolves. And here comes Paul DiPietro. Look at him go. Stopped at the line. Fallacy knocking it off the boards. Kind of a funny bounce there. 30 seconds left in the man advantage. Fallacy moving it up at center. Bartley, quick pass. Jason Young gets it in. Here's DiPietro. Tried to move it back to the line, intercepted. Mark Guy out to center, long shot, a long lazy shot off the boards. Bartley plays it. 10 seconds left in the man advantage. Cahill stops along the boards. Back to the line, Fallacy keeps it in, chops it, Tanner knocks it with the blocker. DiPietro's there and Tanner covers up as the penalized player steps back onto the ice. John Tanner, remarkable in goal for London.
He really weathered the storm on that penalty-killing situation for the Knights. And that's why the London Knights got him from the Peterborough Petes. It's the second consecutive year Wayne Maxner has gone out at the trade deadline and got himself an outstanding goaltender. Last year it was Peter Ing. This year it's John Tanner.
You know, in Sudbury, it's the kind of town where you can have your cake and eat it too. As we found out this afternoon. Nice cake the Wolves got made up for the crew up here.
I tell you, it is freezing cold. It was nice to have a little cake and coffee.
Very appropriate to have a cake for a team. The general manager, Sam McMaster. Let's tell a little story here. Sam McMaster used to be with the Young Nats organization in Toronto. He was instrumental in bringing Wayne Gretzky from Brantford to live in Toronto and play Junior B there. When it looked like Wayne Gretzky was going to go home at one point, Sam used to say to Walter Gretzky all the time, "Walter, don't worry, it's a piece of cake." So when it was time for his wedding gift, Sam just sent him out a card and a telegram that said, "Piece of cake." We're going to give the long version today.
The EP version of the Gret. That's a good one. You've got some, actually, I promise that I'll give you a chance to tell some great stories a little bit later on. There's a couple of legendary mascot stories from this neck of the woods. Fallacy, pass up at center, knocked down. Now Fallacy taps it in. Teams had even strength, offsetting minor penalties. Boyd lofting it in. Fallacy back in his own end, back behind the play. Purdy and McVicker jawing and jousting at one another. And we will have a couple of high sticking penalties by the looks of it. 8:10 to go in a great first period, and it's still 0-0, believe it or not.